Welcome to Pizza Garden Podcasts. You are listening to Pizza Garden's macro show, where we on here talk about everything extra large, hot, and fresh in regards to broader stock markets, geopolitical tensions, as well as just general news from around the world. Today we have a little bit of a special episode for you guys. We are going to talk specifically Donald Trump and the tariff man. But before we get started here, a couple things that I would like you guys to know. I do have other podcasts on Peach Garden Podcasts, the Peach Garden's micro show, as well as Your Slice of the Pie, and a couple of just comedic grab bag kind of fun podcasts is coming out, just where I can get all my anger out from the day screaming at a microphone that's not going to be really business wise. So be sure to check that guys out. Check out that guys. And another thing, I am not an investment professional. I am someone with way too much time on their hands who is a little bit of vested interest and a little bit of skin in the game into the stock market, just trying to make myself happy and make my money work for me. This is what I enjoy doing, getting behind a microphone and talking about the stock market and the economy. So I hope you guys do find a little bit of either entertainment or some knowledge and some value within this. If not, then um, carry on and we will get into the show. So today we are talking about the tariff man himself. The Trump-China trade war has been going on for over 330 days at this point. Trump has spent just a little over 28 months in office. Um, he has right now pissed off almost every single every single entity on the global markets. We have tariffs in China. We have trade talks going on right now with Japan. We have tariffs set in Europe. We have tariffs as of last night. This is being recorded on 5/31. As of last night, overnight, Donald Trump shook the futures markets by threatening 5% tariffs on all goods coming from Mexico in regards to the immigration issue. We'll get started. We'll dissect these most recent threats from Trump towards Mexico. Today, they are supposed to be having a meeting. Mr. Lopez from Mexico is coming to America later this evening, and presumably trade talks will be happening. Um, why? Why is this Donald Trump specifically placing tariffs on Mexico, and why is he placing tariffs in general? Well, what's good politics is generally bad economics, and vice versa. And what Donald Trump really doesn't understand is that the tariffs are being paid by the American people, not at the ports of the goods entry. Donald Trump doesn't understand this, and Larry Kudlow was on CNBC at the moment of the Trump-China trade tariff increases. Larry Kudlow admitted that the U.S. consumer pays the tariffs on CNBC. Now, with this being said, 25% increases on $325 billion worth of goods, up from the 10% that was originally announced. Now, why the tariffs on Mexico? Because according to Donald Trump, the illegal drugs and illegal immigration issue, I thought that that a development was going to come after the debacle du jour that was the United States government shutdown earlier in this year, as well as late 2018. Members of Congress are putting the USMCA in doubt due to the Trump-Mexican trade tariff threats. Most of Detroit's big three auto manufacturers, Ford, Fiat Chrysler, rest of GM, most of them are made in Mexico. So expect 5% price hikes on your vehicles. There's more tariffs even in Europe on the auto sector and over there. German automakers are having hard time selling their vehicles, and we've seen that recently. American manufacturers are even having trouble selling American-made cars overseas. Take a look at Tesla. Alexa, stop. With the tariffs on European automakers as well as Mexican products coming over here as well. I mean, Mexico sends us all kinds of stuff. They send us food, clothing, labor, raw materials. We send a lot of shit to and from Mexico. Mexico sends a lot of shit to and from us. Apparently, Donald Trump is going overseas to Britain for a state's visit in order to try to get a trade deal there. Millions of people go to work for companies every single day in the United States. People go to work for British companies every single day. People don't even know that. I have a cigarette in my pocket. Donald Trump is not the world's greatest negotiator that people thought he was. And I can pull evidence from this. My dad had recently brought something to my attention. Earlier in the year, Trump and Kim Jong-un of North Korea had a summit in Hanoi, Vietnam, Korea, and North Korea was set on having sanctions lifted from the United States, and the United States was set on North Korea's denuclearization. However, none of the two goals that both parties met at the summit for were reached. And in response to this, Kim Jong-un has executed his staff that was involved with the Trump-North Korea summit. Executed them. I mean, yeah, I've made bad podcasts before, but I haven't been killed. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Two volatile men meeting at a summit, and nothing but destruction follows. Costco and Walmart said they would have to have their prices hiked if the China trade tariffs worsen. And they can worsen. This 25% tariff on China is not hard. China has struck back against America as well, with tariffs on $65 billion worth of goods coming from America. What does America send China? Besides China sending us all of their finished products and cars and iPhones and Nike shoes and raw materials that we need and infrastructuring materials that we need. What do we send them? Well, we send them scrap metal, we send them food, we send them other agricultural products, we send them dollars. Useless dollars that don't have any value besides the fact that they're a Federal Reserve note. Segueing back to the Mexican immigration issue with the tariffs on that. These tariffs from Mexico, according to Donald Trump, are set to be enacted June 10th in regards to the USMCA and his latest comments there. Tariffs are also going to be set on Canada. I personally don't have any specifics in regards to that. However, Donald Trump is in the mentality of screwing the American consumer as much as he can and sacrificing the voter on the altar of good politics. The Michigan consumer sentiment, the Michigan inflation expectation, the Michigan consumer expectations, all coming in worse than they had expected. The economic data is now finally starting to present itself as we're making our way towards the end of May into June, and we start seeing all the economic data that's come out that is involving these May 1st and May 3rd developments, as well as all of the additional geopolitical tension that is coming towards America from overseas. And the United States is not going to be the cleanest dirty shirt in the hamper. We are not going to be immune from global weakness. We are going to be the leading cause down. As the dollar loses value, then the foreign markets, the emerging markets, they will have their rebound. However, the United States is not immune from global growth. We did come off one of the longest bull markets in history, and I think that it will be the hardest bull market in history to kill. But the bear market rally has subsided. The Dow Jones, as I'm recording this, is down about 240 points. The price of gold peaking above 1,300 for the first time since earlier this month. We were down all the way to 1270, not breaking below the 1270 levels. Expect the price of gold to increase as more geopolitical tensions arise, as more weak economic data comes out of America, and as more tweets keep being posted from this volatile orange man. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you turning in to the PizzaGarden's macro show. If you guys enjoyed, leave a subscription as well as a review on the video. I will be coming out with more macro, micro, and your slice of the pie later this week. Thank you guys for a wonderful month of May.